Well, howdy gamers. In this video, I'll be ranking operators from 0 to infinite rarity. Most people use the star rating to measure rarity, and while this is a good estimate, it misses the mark on what rarity really means. True rarity is a measure of how easy or hard an operator is to obtain. For example, we wouldn't say that the 5-star Amia is rarer than the 4-star Myrtle, as Amia is an operator that every account is forced to have, and Myrtle is an operator that requires gambling to obtain. What this means for my tier list is that I will be ignoring the star rating of operators entirely. High tier units will be those that are easiest to obtain, and low tier units will be the harder to obtain operators. Now, I have a huge bias against RNG, so my first big category is the 0 rarity operators. I explain what this means in depth in my Is Texas 0 rarity video, but the short version is that all operators in here can be obtained on a free-to-play account without any amount of RNG and without needing events. Triple S tier has the operators you can get just by logging in, or progressing through the early chapters of the main story. Double S operators still require no RNG, but do require more effort, as they require record restoration, the red certificate shop, the green certificate shop, or grinding integrated strategies. And lastly, S tier is also no RNG, but with harder conditions to obtain. They require the use of the contingency contract store or clearing the later chapters in the main story. Now that we're past the 0 rarity operators, we've got to talk about RNG. The operators past this point will be primarily ranked on how long they take to get. But since RNG operators aren't technically guaranteed, I'll say the expected time is however long it takes to reach a 99% chance. I assume that only headhunting and recruitment are allowed, that soft pity doesn't exist, and that rate up banners also don't exist. Since outside of specific edge cases, rate up banners can't be predicted, so it'd be impossible for me to do the math with those in play. My last assumption is that the account is free to play. By my math, that means about 0.9 pulls per day if you don't include events. So to make the math easier and add a little extra for events, I'm going to round that up to an even 1 pull per day. The RNG for these tiers isn't too bad, as you can expect to get most of these operators with less than a year of work. The operators in A tier are pretty quick, since 3 stars appear a lot in gacha, and the 4 stars here have unique recruitment tags, which makes them easy to get too. I also put Texas in A tier, since getting all the 3 stars lets you get her from the pinboard missions. B tier is the hard to get 4-star and 1-star operators from recruitment, as they don't have specific tags that guarantee their appearance. The robots technically have the robot tag, but on top of being fairly rare, the robot tag also gets ignored pretty often, so they're stuck in B tier too. C tier is all the remaining 4 stars obtainable through headhunting, and while C tier actually would take a little over a year with only 1 pull per day, I'm putting them here anyways since I know that the 1 pull per day is an underestimate. D tier operators can take up to a year to get, since these operators are obtained through events, but haven't or never will reach record restoration. Though, with the exception of the last 3, all the operators here will become double S tier in the future through record restoration, if they haven't already. Now, E tier is undoubtedly the most controversial part of this tier list since I'm putting all the non-crossover limited operators here. These limited operators can be obtained via hard pity after 300 pulls on some of the recurring limited event banners. With a pull per day, it takes less than a year to hit that hard pity. Between saving 300 pulls and waiting up to a year for the banner to rerun, this makes the worst case scenario less than 2 years. Compared to the 5 stars, this is actually pretty fast, since the 5 stars is where requiring the 99% chance gets really bad. With each pull having an 8% chance to obtain any of the 75 headhuntable 5 stars above, the odds are just under 0.9% per pull. With those odds, it'd take almost 12 years to hit 99%. Now, you might be asking, why do I have both F tiers and double F tiers? Well, the main difference is that the double F tiers can only be obtained through headhunting, but the F tier operators are also, or exclusively, obtainable through recruitment, with Indra and Vulcan being the recruitment exclusives. Honestly, some of the F tier operators probably belong somewhere between C and E tier, but since there's no official documentation on how recruitment works, I have no way to figure out how long it'd take to hit that 99% chance. So they're stuck in F tier for now. Like the F tiers, the G tiers are divided between the 6 stars obtainable through recruitment and those that are only obtainable through headhunting. Not much to say here other than holy moly, it takes way longer than the 5 stars, as it'd take over 37 years to hit a 99% chance. Now lastly, we have the Z tiers, the rarest of the rare. These operators are regarded by many as true limited operators, since they seem unobtainable after the event stops. 9-Colored Deer is the only exception to this, as her event is supposed to rerun, but this is an anomaly, so I'm still sticking her in Z tier. Well, I hope you found that interesting. I know that in practice, the 5-star and 6-star tiers aren't quite as bad as I make them out to be, but they're not that far off either, at least until you get lucky with rate up banners or event vouchers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.